Well, hello, my fabulous friends. I hope you're doing well. One thing I love about getting new cards is we can ask old questions or of the new deck, right? Should never really ask the same question. Rivalry. Yeah, do have their own energy, and some won't be your favorite. Uh, because you should never ask the same question of your deck, because then you're telling their deck you don't trust it. So so that's the problem. You ask one deck a question, you then have to go to another deck and see what they want to tell you. Sometimes the answer is exactly the same, and then you can be very, very sure. Sometimes it might be a little bit different. Sometimes it might be completely different, and then you have to go to a third deck. So I always don't recommend that. But let's go somehow, for some reason, well, Radar Online has said that Meghan Markle actually could be a grandmother by now. Apparently, and we've read about this, did Meghan Markle have a baby, and was she married, and did she have a baby in college with a guy? And I'm not going to drag his name into it. He's a private citizen. And apparently he has a mixed race child. And he says, without a doubt, it is not Meghan Markle's. And yet there's pictures of her. Now, is she a little chubby or is she pregnant? Does she just have a wrong kind of shirt on? Some people say she looks heavily pregnant. To me, she doesn't at all. She just looks like she's got some baby fat on her. And too many milkshakes kind of thing. And let's find out. Let's ask these cards. Did Meghan Markle, let's just ask a plain question. Did she have a baby in college? Apparently it's a girl. Apparently this little girl is now in her 30s and has had her own child. And so that would make Meghan Markle a grandmother. I don't know if she's in her 30s or late 20s. Anyways, old enough to have her own children. Did Meghan Markle have a baby in college? And apparently the parents apparently this fellow came from a very wealthy family, and the parents made them annul the marriage. And so that's when you get annul a marriage, it means the marriage never existed. And so there's no records of it. Versus a divorce, there's a marriage certificate and there's a divorce certificate. Annulled, now I always thought annulled was only in the church, but I could be wrong. I'm certainly no expert at law. I try and stay away from breaking any kind of laws at all times because I'm somewhat afraid of the law, to be honest. Never want to be entangled. All right, did Meghan Markle have a baby in college? That's all we're asking. We're asking if she's married, anything like that. The perfect stacked sandwich in reverse. Fork in the road in reverse. Moment of reflection in reverse. Unfinished piece to the puzzle. And flying high in reverse. So the cards are right away. 4 in reverse is a big no. But there is some unfinished business. There is a piece to the puzzle here. Let's keep reading. I'm thinking that a moment of reflection would also be a child who looks like you if it's upright, right? You see yourself reflected in that child. A fork in the road means you have a decision to make. That means there's no decision. And the sandwich is contentment. I would almost say that the sandwich upright would almost be pregnant, bun in the oven, right? That saying, bun in the oven. It's a hamburger bun. Flying high. Let's see. Inheritance, no, she did not. No, I didn't want to tell anybody, but I've done this reading before, and I think it's been in Q&A, and all the other times have told me this is a nothing burger. Nothing burger. This did not happen. Wrench in the works. That would be upright, meaning that this is a wrench in the works that may have prevented her from marrying Harry, or they would have had to announce it. Hidden agenda. There's no hidden agenda here, guys. Injustice and the worst. Did she have a miscarriage? Another miscarriage? Discovery. There's nothing to discover here, guys. There's no hidden agenda. There's nothing here. I think there's something here that this is the worst. Look at it this way. This is almost the worst thing you could do to these private people, is to drag them into this. That's why I'm not saying his name. That's why I'm not saying the daughter's name. Yes, the daughter is mixed race, but so is this fellow's wife. This fellow has made a statement publicly before stating that daughter is not Meghan Markle's child, and please leave him alone. So there's a picture that is of Meghan and of this fellow and Dorito, and yes, it does look like Meghan. You know, she's a little bit chubby. Who didn't gain weight in college, right? What is it they even call it? The college 15, the first year you're in college. You're eating more junk food, you're drinking, etc., etc. You're not, maybe you're not doing your high school sports, whatever it is. There's nothing to discover here. There's no hidden agenda. It's absolutely not. Rescue, conflict. There's no conflicting information here. There's none. Pride, a loss, a friendly creature, and celebration. I'm going to say there's no baby here. There's nothing to celebrate. There was not even this friendly creature. You could almost say that, did she get pregnant and then have another miscarriage? No, she didn't lose a friendly creature, which is, the fetus at a young point, right? There's no conflict here. I don't think there's anything here at all. I think if anything, Meghan herself might be keeping this alive just to keep her name, just to keep people chatting, but there's no celebration of somebody being born. I'm going to say this is an absolute nothing burger. That was the first card we got, a nothing burger. And I'm going to say that perhaps this is just going through the airwaves again, rehashed. If you've noticed, a lot of old news about Meghan has been stirred up lately. And I think this is her PR team trying to clear the air on a lot, like rewrite the story, not clear the air, rewrite the story. Like there's stories, if you look, it's like they're rehashing everything. There was even an article, misconceptions about Meghan Markle. So like they're even putting it right into your face. Did she ever have a moon bump? Was she? So all the things that we all talk about, they addressed in this article. And of course, it was all spin doctoring stuff, right? There's even something about how she tried to hide her pregnancy at Eugenie's wedding. And she, she didn't want to disrupt anybody, but, she was very demure about, she was only 12 weeks pregnant. If she was pregnant then. You're not showing at 3 months. Sorry. You don't have to, you might not be able to wear Spanx or something like that, but you certainly don't have to wear loose fitting clothes to hide your pregnancy. I'm going to say that there's nothing here. There's no baby. There's not even a marriage. There's no conflict. There's no hidden agenda. There's no discovery of anything. Inheritance right here would tell us that there is genetically somebody to give an inheritance to, a daughter, a granddaughter. Wouldn't she be feeding them full of money or cash? There was no decision to be made here. Nothing. There's no moment. No, not at all. This is a made-up story. Sorry, my other cards have said that. I tried my best not to put that energy into this reading. All I ask of my cards is the truth, and whether not my truth, the truth, And they're telling us that I think this is Meghan rehashing and just keeping the wheels turning. Like, who provided that picture? Who provided that picture from college? Was there digital cameras back then? Ask yourself that. No, that would have to be a real picture. It wouldn't have been the guy. Wouldn't have been Dorito. We know exactly who presented that. All right. Thank you very much for watching. Please take good care. See you online. Bye for now.